issues. Something I have not experienced much over time, but it does happen occasionally. Definitely had it happen with some Sierra Nevada product at one point, and I pointed it out to them as constructive criticism. I love Sierra Nevada. It was one of my first microbrews. I started drinking in the mid 80s. I started brewing my own beer in 1988 or 89. I don't remember. Right. I got so it was my 18th birthday. It would have been 89. I got a beer kit, and my brother took it from me, and he ended up becoming the master brewer for Slow Brewing Company and the venting chemist at Wild Horse Winery. I've been around alcohol for a minute. I was definitely drinking quite a bit of crappy beer when I was 14 years old. Um, I spend more time on the wagon anymore, and I just drink one or two beers a day at this point. I used to drink up to five, six pitchers at a sitting. Once upon a time ago, up in the McCall Brewery, I got to know the master brewer Johnny, who was part owner there and part of the Moab Brewery, and I used to trim his trees for him up in Idaho, and became quite a fan of his beer lines, particularly the IPAs. I am an IPA head. I actually grow hops here in my yard here in Utah and chew raw hops because I like hops that much. I will eat the raw hops flowers right off the plant. I am a hop head, right? Anyhow, one of my favorite beers that I drink on the regular is Johnny's IPA in the red can. I love the blue top ones even more, but there isn't a liquor store right near me, so I don't buy those quite often. Also, due to allergies and histamine issues, I really can only drink one or maybe at most one and a half full 16-ounce beers anymore without having serious issues. And so I don't drink a whole lot, and as well as due to other physical issues, I don't have a shit ton of income, and really just savor a beer. So recently working very hard, physically inducing a lot of pain. I like to have a beer to help relax some of my physical issues. I have a lot of nerve damage. I have a lot of missing cartilage and stuff, and cannabis is my primary medicine, but a beer mixed with some cannabis does wonders to help relax after a hard day. So I picked up my actual favorite is the Hazy IPA from Johnny's Moab Brewery. Bar none, I don't. It's really hard to beat this beer when it's in proper form. And over the last couple of years, I've had a couple of times where I've questioned the integrity of the entire process coming to me in the can, where it tastes a little off. And sometimes I just think that maybe it's my physical chemistry for the day. But this past experience has been one of the worst green beer experiences, worst brewery experience I've ever had in my fucking life. I opened a can of beer and it exploded with foam. Fresh out of the refrigerator, I reach in and reach the second set of cans in every time so that I can get the coldest. So I get home and I don't need to chill. All right, they're in these open refrigerators. I want the coldest beer I can get. It's usually set up on the top rack. So I'm going back into that top rack to get my cold beer, get it home. I'm not jiggling it. I know what happens when you shake a beer, it explodes. But damn, if this thing didn't just foam up, explode, and look like I had a glass to hand, and I tried pouring it in, it was 100% foam. And I said, that's really odd. And I think I tasted that one, and it seemed really fucking off. And I can't remember if it was, no, I didn't open the second one until I tried drinking it, and it was horrible. I don't think I got halfway through that beer after this foam settled out. And the next day I tried another one, and it exploded too, out of the fridge after having been in the house for 24 hours. And I didn't even, I think at that point I went and bought some other beer the next day. And I let it sit there, and I contacted Moab Brewery and said, hey, this is horrible. And explained, like, I've had some off experiences, but I don't know what's going on here. So a few days later, I ended up getting an email from them saying, hey, thanks for reaching out, and CEO will be in touch with you. And here's a week later, I haven't heard from the CEO. And I'm cleaning kitchen this morning, and I go to move these cans of beer have been sitting here. I dumped out, it was 5 days I let that second beer sit in the glass, and when I poured it out and the can out, it was still foaming. Okay, so it usually goes flat overnight, right? So there's definitely something wrong with this beer. Here, I went to move the cans, and they're like hard like rocks. Hard like rocks. So this one here, I'm not going to open it up, but let's look at the lid. I haven't dropped these. Look at that lid exploded. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on it. Hey, let's see. I'm going to reverse it. And literally, a bunch of people jumped on this live. I don't care. This is literally for the CEO. I'm tagging this to the CEO. But this thing is blowing apart. I'm not going to release any pressure on this. I'm actually putting it outside as soon as I'm done with this because I don't want this blowing up in my kitchen. These, I think the slightest little prick will explode this thing. But we can see they're not sitting level because this can is exploded. Both of them are hard as a rock. And like I'm saying, this is my favorite beer in the fucking world. I've tried hundreds and hundreds of beers, but this particular one, I tried to reach out and help them, and I haven't heard back from them. So I am sending them another email and a link to this little video to say, hey, there's something going on wrong with y'all's system. Fix it so I can keep promoting your beer. Like I promote this beer when I'm working at the ski resorts. I promote this beer when my family comes to town. I take this beer with me to California to share it. Okay? I'm not trying to put y'all down. I'm trying to get you to get back up onto the pedestal you belong on. So anyhow, peace out. Go grab some great beer. Enjoy. When I was a kid, 2 beers and a joint was the best fucking relaxation station in the world. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Go out in the world, make it a better place with the meat suit you was given to do it in.